Hey guys, hope you're all having a great weekend. This is Chris, and this is Show and Tell, where I talk a little bit about some of my figures and collectibles, and talk briefly about them, and just kind of let you guys check out my stuff. I'm doing Majin Buu today, and I'm gonna jump right in and start talking about it. He's got multiple forms, so I will, these are all Majin Buu's different forms. I'm gonna be talking about them and calling them by what they are most commonly known as. And I'll start over here with Fat Buu, or Mr. Buu, whichever you prefer to call him. And he shows up, and he's all childlike and goofy, and he talks like a hee. Actually, in the Japanese version, he's more like a well, that's a little bit more of a King Kai thing. Anyway, he has a little bit of a deeper, creepier, more aggressive voice than in the English. He's more of like a hey, boo, boo, boo. Whatever. I really like this figure. He's got squishy pants, which I think is kind of fun, that they gave him squishy pants. Nothing else is squishy on him. And his cape kind of hangs off. It looks like it's actually attached up here, like glued on up here, but it's kind of loose at the bottom. He's a pretty solid character, or figure. You know, like they did a pretty good job. This looks pretty much exactly like him. It's not too hard to get this wrong. He's a pretty simple designed character. And I really like it. I really like that. And I know there's several different versions of that one that you can find around. He comes with a little Deborah cookie. As some of you guys know, he has the ability to turn people and objects into things, mostly foods and candies and stuff. And he turns Babidi's minion, Dabura, into this little cookie guy. I think that was kind of cute that they added that with his character. And here we've got Evil Buu, which is, this is a bit of spoilers also, guys, so if you don't want any spoilers, if you haven't seen all the Majin Buu stuff, then you might not want to watch all this. But this Evil Buu is a part of him, and they end up having to do battle because they, I'm just going to avoid some spoilers. I'm just going to say this is another form of Buu, known as Evil Buu, and he's a skinny, grayish, angry-looking dude. He's got a big old jaw. He's an angry guy. He doesn't talk a whole lot. He talks a little bit. I think there's one episode where he talks a little bit, and then that's pretty much it. The cape is kind of purple and blue, like the shading in the cape is kind of bluish, which is odd. He's got a lot of articulation, and he's a little bit loose, so he's kind of wiggly to stand up and everything. But very cool character. He still wears the exact same outfit as the other Buu, and he's it's cool. It's just a cool figure. I really like it. His little chest piece is separate. That's part of his wiggliness. But they did a pretty darn good job, and I feel like this one's kind of a little bit more rare to find, as I have not seen a whole lot of that character. This one right here, as they call Super Buu, when he first shows up. I'm trying really hard to avoid spoilers, guys. I'm sorry. If you hadn't, I know, I have a couple friends that haven't actually, they're still watching it and they're almost to this stuff, so I'm going to avoid certain things, and I'm going to try to talk mostly about how the figure looks and how I feel about it and whatnot. I always really liked him. When he first shows up, he has white irises in his eyes, and during his battle with somebody, his eyes turn red. And I know who that somebody is, but I'm not going to say it. And they kind of turn red for seemingly no reason, which is kind of odd. This figure actually came, the holes were not black. I'm pretty sure there were like little divots, little perforations where the holes in him should be, but they weren't like colored in, and I thought it looked nicer with a little bit of dark, so I'm pretty sure I took some like little bit of paint and I stuck them in his little blowholes. Not a lot of articulation, because this is one of the old Battle Collection guys, and it's pretty cool. I mean, I kind of like it when they're just solid sometimes, and they're just kind of one big thing. Like, I don't know, it feels good to me. I don't need a lot of articulation. I just need a solid-looking figure. I'm going to move on to this guy here. Another form of Super Buu, which I've heard some people call Buuhan, which sounds really dumb to me, and I don't really like that. But they call him that because this is right after he absorbs Ultimate Gohan. All right, there. More spoilers. I'm gonna have to just. It's hard for me to talk about these guys with and avoid saying spoilers for people that haven't seen. So I might just say I might just put it in the title of the video that probably don't watch it if you haven't seen some of this stuff. I really like it. This is when he first has a nose and his eyes are red. Also, he's got the sharp teeth. I don't know. His mouth is kind of stupid looking. See if I can zoom in just a tiny, make it clear. Nah, whatever. I like his big headpiece. I know it seems like a lot of people think that's like really stupid looking, but I kind of thought it was cool. Like he can use it to like throw people around and use special attacks and stuff. I always thought it was kind of weird since his belt goes lower than Gohan's. They made the top, his gi top, go all the way down into the belt, which makes him very elongated and stretched out looking. I really like that one. I think it's pretty sweet. And possibly my favorite villain of all. I mean, as a whole, Majin Buu is possibly my favorite villain. But in this form, Kid Buu, he's almost just pure evil. He's like a child. He doesn't talk much, and when he does, it's just like, I'm gonna kill you in a kid voice. And he's just very erratic, very crazy. He just kills when he wants because he's a kid and he feels like it's fun, and so he just wants to kill and do whatever he wants. And I feel like that's almost one of the greatest forms of an evil character, is just a childlike lack of understanding of right and wrong. Plus, children are evil. Just in case you guys didn't know. I don't know, there's not this isn't, there was another one that was in the battle collection where he had his arms, like, on his hips, and that was a little more of a solid one. This one's got a little more articulation, but not a whole lot. Just a little bit in the head, and the shoulders, and in the feet and everything. But, there he is. I mean, what do you gotta say about him? He's Kid Buu. He ain't taking no crap. He does what he wants. And, that's it for my Majin Buu video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll show you what we are talking about next time, right about now. Super Ultimate Fusion! Go Tank! Sweet! We'll talk about him next time. See you guys.